Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all doing really well. So for today's video I am doing a makeup look inspired by Joey King, Elle in The Kissing Booth. Of course, if you have Netflix, you'll have seen it is the most popular film in the UK at the moment. Kissing Booth 1 and Kissing Booth 2, both really good. They're really good, feel-good, romantic, youthful, teenage-related movies, and they're really good. So if you haven't watched it, definitely watch it. It'll definitely pick you up this weekend. So I've gone ahead and created what is basically her school makeup, and I think this is a really nice natural back to school makeup that you can definitely use for September, October when you go back to school. Of course, we all know in the mornings when you're going to school there is not that much time available, so I've done it really skin focused with a little bit of lip balm and some light mascara. I feel like these are things that we can quickly do in about 15 minutes. So yes, if you're interested in seeing how I've done this look, please do keep watching. As always, if you are new here and you enjoy this video, please remember to give it a thumbs up and do subscribe to my channel as well. Without further ado, let's jump straight into the video. Okay, so to start off, this is what I have used to moisturise. So I have used Evolve Organic Beauty's Daily Renew Facial Cream because it gives a really glowy finish, and I've also followed it with this here, which is face serum from a brand called Olivoderm, and this is very hydrating and has like firming actives in, but basically what it does is give you a really good base for foundation. Really helps foundation to stick, but also helps you to have a really glowy skin underneath it, and it really like shows through but in a really nice way. And then onto the primer and foundation which I'm going to use. I'm going to use this one here, which is Professional by Benefit, an oldie but a goodie, and definitely want to try, especially if you have like an oily complexion. It really does keep your skin really mattified. And I'm going to follow it with some Lasting Matte Foundation, which is from Rimmel London. This is my current favourite foundation. It's a drugstore foundation and it's really affordable. I used to only use Clinique foundation, but honestly I found this one actually lasts on my skin so much better, so I'm really enjoying using it. And I sometimes mix these two colours. This one here is 085 Fair Beige and this one here is 103 True Ivory. Today I think I'm going to go for the paler shade, which I believe is 085 Fair Beige. And I'm just going to apply it lightly to my skin after the primer. Obviously for going back to school you don't want to have like really heavy makeup on. You want it to be easy to do, really quick to do, and also look really natural so you don't get told to take it off. So this is what I'm going to be applying now.
Walk out the door in my little black dress. Been a long day and I need to de-stress. Sun sets behind downtown skyline. My headphones on, play my favorite song.
I've put a light covering of that on. I'm going to follow it with some liquid concealer. This one here is from Tropic Skincare. You could use any liquid concealer that you want, and just conceal any areas that you feel like need a little bit of illuminating. So if you've got any blemishes, put it on them. I'm going to put it under my eyes. I'm going to conceal any marks that I have. I'm going to put it around my nose quickly, and obviously bear in mind the fact that because this is for back to school, you don't want to like cake it on. It's supposed to kind of look natural. I'm usually someone who likes a full coverage makeup. I don't really like to apply it unless I'm putting it on basically a full face, even if it's to look natural. But I mean, it can look a little bit sheer if you're going to school because, you know, we don't have ages in the morning. I used to be one of those people that would be in a mad rush because I used to have to get a bus to school, and honestly in those mornings there was not loads of spare time to actually spend an hour applying makeup. So anything is better than nothing, just apply a little bit.
My phone, pulsing concrete.
So now that my foundation is on, I'm going to go in with some of the NYX HD finishing powder, and this one here is in the shade Translucent, and it doesn't actually make your skin really white. What it does is it basically just sets the foundation in place and helps it stay there all day. And if you've got a shiny complexion, an oily, naturally oily skin, you need to definitely do this because otherwise the makeup will go bye-bye after like half an hour, and for me that just makes me so sad. So I like to set it every time. And I kind of like to bake a little bit as well, so I put it like under my eyes and I'll just kind of like leave it there whilst I apply the rest of the powders. So I'm going to bake around my eyes, around my nose, and then I'm going to use a different powder for the rest of my face because this one is very pale, and even though it doesn't actually make your skin stay this pale, it obviously is a very light colour. So I like to set the rest of my skin with a more kind of skin coloured foundation powder. And whilst we're baking, I'm just going to finish off the powder on my face with this one here, which is from number 7, and it's called Airbrush Away, and this is also a translucent finishing powder. However, the actual colour of it isn't technically translucent, it's kind of got like a skin tone to it. So that's what I'm going to use just to set the rest of my face, like across my forehead and on my cheeks. So now that the foundation powder is on, I'm going to go and quickly add a little bit of eyeshadow, and I'm just going to use a nice natural brown colour. This one here is just a very small Clinique travel palette, but you could use literally any light brown eyeshadow. And I'm just going to go for a shade which is kind of like a taupe colour. It's quite a pale brown, and it's really, really nice. And basically it'll also just set in place the liquid concealer that I put up there. And it'll also stop you getting, like, I call it stingy eye, when you've had like your makeup on for like about 8 hours and your like skin naturally just has oils and stuff, and it kind of goes in your eye and it's like, oh my god, stingy eye. So that's what I call it. But I find that actually setting my eyelid with some eyeshadow stops me getting stingy eye, so that's what I'm going to go ahead and do. And then I'm also just going to quickly run a little bit of one of the pale brown shades just underneath my lash line, because I feel like it adds definition, and you probably don't want to be caking on like a lot of mascara for school either. So I'm just going to quickly run a little bit of that underneath. And also, as you'll have noticed in the film, Elle does have a bit of a brown smudge under her eyes, and it really adds like a sort of more sultry but in a daytime sort of way look. And it looks really nice. I think especially if you've got like pale like blue eyes, a brown shade looks so stunning. If you've got brown eyes, then like maybe like a grey, like a soft grey would look really beautiful. Or of course brown. I feel like neutral shades actually do suit every single eye colour so well. So definitely just use a nice neutral one. Or if you're going to use a slightly darker one, just apply it very, very lightly. Like so. And yeah, basically just run it under a little bit. I like to focus it a little bit more on the outer corner. I feel like that looks more like how she has it in the film. Yeah, super simple, but it actually makes such a big difference. And then once we apply some mascara, it is going to look really nice and natural and also well put together, so you'll feel good as well, which is of course the whole point of makeup. Mascara is going to be the last thing I apply because I don't like powders to get stuck to it. So I'm going to go in next with some Hoola Light and just apply this as bronzer in the hollows of my cheeks. It's a very natural shade. As you can see, I absolutely love this one because I have hit pan. It's really, really nice. It's also like a cool contour shade. So I'm actually going to contour my nose with it a little bit as well. Obviously, we've got to do quickly though because, you know, school waits for no one. And then I'm going to follow the Hoola Light with some Hoola Original, and I just like this one because it sort of adds a little bit more warmth, and I like to add it above where I put the cool contour, so it's kind of more on my cheekbone itself, so it's kind of like where the sunlight would hit, for example. And I like to just gently dust this on. I feel like that will add more of that LA California glow, you know. If I'm too serious then I might go crazy. So I'm now going to go in with some blusher, and this one here is Dandelion and it's from Benefit. I actually believe that this one here is actually a brightening powder, but it's so soft. It's a beautiful baby pink colour, like so. And it's super natural, so I feel as though it's the perfect shade for school. And also you can't really apply this too heavily because it's so pale, so if you just put the brush in really quickly and then we're like, it's not like a severe result. It's very, very natural, and you can obviously buff it and blend it. You can build it according to what you feel like wearing that day, and I really like the result. It's also very youthful. It's a beautiful soft baby pink, like I was saying, and I just really love how that looks, and it blends very nicely into the bronzer. I find because the bronzer will be slightly darker, this one here just sort of naturally melds and like mellowly melts in. And yeah, it's super nice. And also because it's brightening powder, it also does add an extra level of mattification. So is that a word, mattification? It is now. So it adds an extra layer of mattifyingness and keeps your makeup looking nice and fresh all day. I also like to just lightly brush a little bit of this over the ridge of my nose here, because I feel like this is where sunlight naturally hits, and it just gives you like more of a natural makeup look, and it just adds like a little bit extra sort of colour to your skin, and it looks really nice. So especially if you're going for like that summer glow, definitely brush a little bit of it across your nose like this, and it just looks like you've been lightly sun-kissed, like you've sat out in the garden for 10 minutes and caught a little bit of rays. I'm also going to add a little bit of eyebrow powder or pomade. I have quite naturally dark eyebrows, so I technically wouldn't have to do this if I was in a crazy rush. However, it does always make a nice subtle difference. I'm just going in with a cool brown shade. I think a cool brown shade for anyone with like naturally dark eyebrows is definitely the right way to go. Just because I feel as though sometimes using like a warm colour can add like too much of a sort of warm brownness, and it can look a little bit sort of red, and I don't really like that. So I'm using a dark taupe colour, this one here, and it's really nice and very subtle, which I like. And this is my Tropic Skincare palette, and what's great about this is you can actually build your own and add whatever you want to it, which I really love. For my highlight, I'm going to use this one here, which is from Topshop, and the colour of this is called Afterglow, and this is super nice. I actually love this. I use this all the time, and it's a really good drugstore related priced highlighter. It's not really expensive, and it really has a beautiful look, and also you can build it so it's like really glowy or just subtle. And I feel like in the film Elle has like beautiful, really radiant, glowy but natural looking skin, so this will definitely help you achieve that. And for school as well, it's just going to give you that added glow, which is of course so nice. Everyone needs to add a little bit of highlighter, you know. I know some people are like, oh, I'm not into highlighter anymore, but you know what, it truly is one of the most fun parts of makeup with this cute little brush. What could go wrong? Like honestly, why would you not want to use this little brush every day? So I'm going to apply some just to the above the cheekbone bit here where the light would hit. I'm going to keep it quite natural, I don't want to overdo it. I'm just going to apply it like so, there. Honestly, these fan brushes make it so easy. You just like literally applies it directly in a line that you want, and then I just kind of like buff it down a tiny bit just to blend it into the blush and naturally the bronzer. A little bit here, and I'm going to add it to my nose, but just here as well, just like a tiny bit, and then I'm going to just put it there as well, which is just natural contour basically. And I'm also going to add a little bit to my lid here just before the eyebrow, just to give the eye that kind of more open look. So before I go in with my mascara, I'm going to use a tiny bit of eyeliner, and I do mean a tiny bit. I'm going to use this one here from Clinique. It's called Pretty Easy, and it's a liquid eyelining pen. And this is my favourite because the point on this is so fine and so precise that I just feel like you can get a perfectly even and really thin line, which is what I really like, and which will be perfect for going back to school as well. Okay, so eyeliner is on, and I'm going to go in with this mascara here. This one here is just a travel size, but it is the Clinique High Impact Mascara, and it's in 01 Black, of course, and this one is so nice. I always go for this one, even though it might not be the most heaviest application, because it's really gentle on sensitive eyes, and it's the only one I've literally used for years, and I can't fault it. I think it's absolutely brilliant, and it does give you a really natural but really sort of defined lash, which I love. Okay, so on to the final part of this, which is lips. And I'm going to do this really subtly because I really don't feel like this should be caked on for school. So I'm going to use this one here, which is a Lavera soft lip liner, and it's in the shade Rose, I believe. Yes, Rose 01. And basically it's just very natural, pale, coloured lip liner. It's like very close to my actual lip shade. And then I'm just going to finish it off with some of this, which is Clinique Pep Start, and I think it's in the shade Guava, and it's basically just a really soft kind of like baby balm. I don't know how to describe it. It's kind of like a very soft, it's like a lip, it's like in between lipstick and lip balm. Ooh, really satisfying shape as well. So yeah, I'm going to use that, and that will be the look completed. It'll be Very soft, glowy, but useful and definitely acceptable for school.
Oh, now turn up the radio, I let it go. Turn up the radio.
I'm just gonna add some of the Pep Start lip tint. Just a little bit because it is like quite a vivid pink colour, so I'm just gonna kind of pat it on. This is the completed makeup look inspired by Elle Evans, Joey King in the Kissing Booth. I hope you enjoyed watching it. I think that the main things to do with this makeup look are nice natural complexion, nice flawless skin, and a nice baby pink blush. I really love the Dandelion blush from Benefit. It's probably my favourite blush and it's super natural and it just complemented this whole back to school look so well. And also I think a nice soft pink pout looks really nice with a slight glossy sheen. That's definitely something I would take from this makeup look for recreating a back to school natural makeup look. And also a light coating of black mascara or brown mascara if you like it to be even more natural. That definitely does just really like wake you up, and you know, in the morning when you've got ready at 7:30 a.m. makes you look a little bit more put together, which is of course a good thing. And yeah, that's pretty much the main things I would take from this. A little bit of highlighter as well, because Joey King of course has flawless skin and a really beautiful glowy complexion, so definitely a little bit of natural coloured highlighter that will suit your skin tone. I went for one that was kind of like a champagne colour and it just melted in really nicely with the foundation that I used. But any shade that naturally matches your skin tone really well. Add a little dot of it to your nose, a little bit up here, and a little bit of bronzer as well, just to make you look like a warm skin tone and nice and sort of bronzed, like, you know, it's been the summer, so it makes us look a little bit more healthy, have a little bit of bronzer on. If you did enjoy this video, please do remember to give it a thumbs up and do subscribe to my channel as well. That would make me very happy indeed. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you again very soon in a brand new video. Bye!